Hi and welcome. My name is Johnny Fragan. I'm from All Total Coaching. What I want to talk to you today is about the Parabola of Relationships Part 2. I want to thank every one of you for asking questions, those in despair emailed me personally, and those that I actually spoke over the phone. My job here is to help you. But with all situations in life, you have to help yourself also at the same time. So today, we're going to recap the Parabola, and today I'm going to give additional information that will help you in despair when you've been dumped by your ex and what you can do about it, and maybe regain their confidence and the belief and get them back. But before we start, I'd like to talk about our book, upcoming book that I was sick and I was unable to work on it, How to Be a Man, What Your Father Never Taught You. And we talk, this is a special guide for any man that grew up in a household without a father, or any man under the age of 35. We talk about manhood, what is a man? Women, relationships and sex, the media manipulation and indoctrination by the movies. Health, food and exercise, why it's so important. Money, wealth, what you need to know, what you're not told at school. Value, what it is and why it's so important. How to overcome the biggest phenomena in our generation, depression and fear, where 8 people in Australia commit suicide a day. And I have proof here from the Australian Bureau of Statistics that 8 people commit suicide a day, 6 of them are men, and the media neglect this issue and don't want to talk about it. Also, we talk about feminism, we talk about happiness and fulfillment, and how to be social and create a great network and keep up, how to maintain your relationships. So today, we're going to talk about the Parabola Part 2. Again, I want to thank every one of you, individually and collectively, for all your questions. But I'm here to help you. But please, like I said earlier, please help yourselves at the same time. So, first of all, we're going to recap about the Parabola. I highly recommend you watch the first section, so it'll give you an idea. But the Parabola is very simple. This is mainly for long-term relationships. When a person dumps you, he's on the upper. And the person that gets dumped this is the depression zone. The longer the time goes by, the more they sink and they think they made a mistake. And they go down. You, over time, you will slowly turn. And he or she may sink back and wonder what you're doing or what you're up to. That's why you should cut them off on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and everything, including the phone. Don't ring them. Even if you want to go back, nobody wants to take back a beggar. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 60 or 70 on a wheelchair. Nobody wants a beggar or somebody that's groveling. Yes, it may hurt you. Yes, you're in despair. Yes, you may have panic attacks, because if you're going through this stage, you have a panic attacks from time to time. I know exactly what you're going through because I've been divorced. And it's normal. But these panic attacks shouldn't bring you a situation where you're going to ring them and just vomit unconsciously or indiscriminately, because that's going to push him or her away. So, the longer the time goes by, eventually you're going to go back up, you're going to meet people, and you're going to meet a man or woman that propel you up. This is mainly in long-term relationships. I've been asked many times in the last couple of weeks, what about short-term relationships? Well, it's simple. The shorter the relationships, the more unapplicable is the Parabola. This is minimum a year of relationship. And the longer you've been together, the longer to get out of the Parabola, and the harder it is to get out of the depression zone. But once you get out, they're going to sink, and he or she will be sunk in the depression road for years. Now, I highly recommend, like I said earlier, please look at the previous video I did, and I'll put a link below on the Parabola of relationships, that if you get dumped, it make you win. But this is the short overview. So today, I'm going to give you additional information that will help you get over it. One of my videos I talk about is 5 sequence of change. When you get dumped by your ex, you're in shock, you're in disbelief. There's 5 stages. Then you get angry. I'm going to show her, I'm going to show him, he may follow them and send them nasty messages. I will pay him back, I'll pay her back. And then you're in denial. Probably it's a mistake, probably she's going to come back, probably he's going to regret it, blah, blah, blah. But if you're angry and you send nasty messages and you just indiscriminately abuse him or her, what's the chances they're going to get them back? Very unlikely. Until you do not accept your situation, the likelihood of you getting him or her back is smaller and smaller. I know it's hard. I've been there. I'm divorced, and I can tell you now, anybody that wants to listen, I will tell you in private what I went through. So I know your pain. I know your agony. I share every one of your pain. But please, listen to me. I'm talking about experience. Look at my face. Do I look like I'm 21 years old? No. I'm telling you from years of experience of helping men and women like you in the same situation. Again, a lot of us think our situation is different. It's never different. It's only different when you are different. You have to wait it out. And the problem is, when you're waiting for the phone call, or for you, or for the SMS, or whatever, you are neglecting other parts in your life. You're not exercising. You're not excelling. You're not working properly. And you're just going again and again and again. And the biggest enemy, and I talk about in my book, is the mind fuck in your own mind. I'm not saying you're not going to remember them, but get busy. A friend of mine now is gone for a breakup, and I personally took him by the head to salsa lessons. Not even a couple of days ago, he broke down in tears and said, "John, thank you so much." Why am I doing that? Because he has to learn salsa or bachata? No, because you need to get busy. Because if you don't get busy, guess what you're thinking? You're always thinking about her and him. What did I say? Probably this. And you mind fucking yourself constantly. But you need to give it time. All wounds, my dear friends, take time. And if you're not ready to accept the situation you're in, you will never be healed. And only once you accept and you become non-needy, then you become more attractive. Because you're not groveling. You're not begging. You're not submissive. You're not pathetic. You're not like a little boy looking for a mommy or a daddy. Again, I sympathize with you. I swear on my life, I sympathize with every one of you. Because I know your pain. Because I have it too. But listen to me. Please, I'm listening to you. Listen to me. You have to wait it out. When I got divorced, I ran extra. I used to run 5, 6. I used to run 10. By the time I used to come to night, I used to be so exhausted. I didn't have time to think. I used to collapse and sleep. A couple months later, I was back on track. But you have to be consistent. You have to have discipline. The biggest enemy, my dear friends, in life is not other people. It's the mind fuck we have in ourselves. And discipline, my friends, is everything. Once you accept, you become more attractive. And once you go over this, you get busy dancing, exercising, guitar lessons, then more than likely, he or she will ring you. Now, if they ring you after a short period of time, a month and a half, you may accept them. This is your decision, not mine. But if they've gone for a couple of months, never accept them. Because they've been around the block with many, many men or women. And if you accept them, you are a second-class citizen. Because they're monkey branched to another man or woman. And then that particular relationship didn't work, and they're trying to monkey branch to you. Meaning you are a second wheel. And a second wheel is never the first wheel. Because more than likely he or she will monkey branch to another person when that comes along. So I'm warning you. I'm warning you, and I'm talking from experience. Once you accept your situation, it's easier to move on. And you can get on with your life and do things, make progress. Because in this period of the shock, anger, and denial, you are neglecting other parts of your life. You're eating like a pig. You're masturbating. You're watching porno. You're not working properly at work. You're not getting commissions. You're not making money. You're neglecting your friends and your other social circles. I forced my friend to come. Like I said earlier, and he cried and he's thanked me so much. So I'm telling you, I'm not saying to you salsa is for everybody. But do some activity that will keep you busy, off your mind, off that particular man or woman. Now, once you accept this, it's easier to move. I'm not saying you won't have pain when you accept what happened. You will still have pain. But that pain will subside over time. I swear to you on my life that once you accept it, there will be a man or woman that will come into your life. And once you meet them, don't talk about your exes. Because if you talk about your exes, all you're doing is bringing bad memories into possibly a new prospect. Bear me 1 second. And by bringing the pain of your ex or talking about him or her, you're manifesting the past, and that particular person will realize that you're not over your ex. And none of us, I don't care if you're 20 or 60 or whatever, want to hear about exes, because that's excess baggage. If you're on a date with a man or woman, would you want to hear about their exes? It means they're not over it. It meaning you're making them a new substitute. Don't do this to yourself. Now, what I'm proposing to you today, all this advice and things I've mentioned now about the Parabola number 2 is general advice. But we've got specific situations that apply to you, to your situation. You may have kids. You may have, he's working in another city or she's in another city. Specific advice to you, I can help you. I'll write you a plan. I'll tell you what you need to know, not what you want to hear. I swear on my life, I will help you like nobody has ever helped you in your life. But you have to help yourself. Reach out to me so I can give you a hand, and I've said this many times in my videos. If you fall in a pit and you're screaming, John, help me. When I come to give you my hand, all I ask from you is give me your hand so I can reach out and pull you out of the abyss. But if you're sitting there and wallowing in despair again and again and again, nothing will happen. Because nobody knows about your pain. And I swear, I know your pain because I've felt it dramatic like you did. I've been in relationships that lasted for years and they're broken up. I'm not going to go into my personal issues because we're not talking about me, we're talking about you now. If anybody wants to hear, I'm more than happy to share it with them privately. But you need to reach out to us. And every situation is different. Your situation may be different. And this is where I'm saying to you, email us at john@sosdating.com. I can change your life. I'll write you a plan, a guided plan from A to Z. Will it work 100%? No. But at least you've got hope. At least I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you what you need to hear, the real truth, so you can carry on and be a better human being. Because if not, you will get into depression and you'll be stuck in the parabola in depression for years. For years and years and years. And even if they reach out to you, him or her, guess what? They're going to hear how depressed you are, or how pity you feel for yourself, and how groveling you become. Immediately they'll dump you again. And this is not what you want. You want to come from a position of strength. You want to come from a position of happiness. Because happiness is the most seductive thing in the world. Am I happy all the time? No. But happiness creates harmony. Happiness attracts people to us. Depression and bad vibes and negativity repel people. Now, you may think to yourself or say to yourself, but John, I still feel in depression and in a massive bad state of mind. I understand that. Fake it till you make it. Pretend you're happy. I never said it's easy. When I went through my divorce, I heard the same thing in a few books that I read, and I faked it. And you know what? It was difficult because my words and my action weren't congruent how I feel inside. But I have news for you, my dear friends. The more you do it, slowly over time, you will get better. And one of the things that saved my life are a few men that helped me. And I will always remember what they've done for me. But at the same time, I helped myself. So I urge you, give us your hand and I'll reach you out of the abyss. John@sosdating.com. There's a specific question I'd like to answer. There's a few questions I'm going to miss. What about international long distance relationships? It's a very difficult situation. And I really think that long distance relationships don't work in the long term because the emphasis is so much high on what he or she said. So much weight is put on every word or every letter and the tone that is said. In the long run, long-term relationships don't work. I've been in one of them with a woman from New Zealand. And it's nearly impossible to maintain any consensus or any normal situation because of different time zones, and then they ring you in the middle of the night, etc., etc. So whether you're a man or woman on long-distance relationships, I highly recommend, from my humble opinion, it's not going to work in the long run. If they're going away for a while to a different city to work and they're coming back, that's a different story. But long-term relationships, unless you move to where she is or he is or vice versa, it's not going to work. My dear friends, I conclude this video that this is not the end of the world. A lot of people commit suicide because of exes. I know a man that committed suicide in Sydney on the 22nd of September because of a woman. I'm not laughing at anybody for that matter. But your state of mind, my dear friends, is more important than anybody, including myself. Because if you do not think properly, man, your life will descend in chaos. And I want to help you. But help me help you. John@sosdating.com. For those people that are asking on our book, we're working. I was sick for about 2 weeks, extremely sick, but I'm back. And I'm back with a bang, because one of the biggest things that I want to install in you is belief, perseverance, and discipline. Because when you have these qualities, my dear friends, you can overcome all obstacles. Everything you're going through, I've gone through. Everything you're suffering, I understand. I sympathize with you. But help me help you, so I can get you what you really want. Because if not, you're just going to wallow in one depression to the next, and slowly but surely, you know it and I know it, suicide thoughts will descend on you, and you'll take pills, and your situation deteriorate worse and worse and worse. And like a lot of people that I sadly know, committed suicide. Look us up at www.alltotalcoaching.com. I can change your life. The question is, do you want to? Or you're going to do the same thing again and again and again, expecting a different result. It's your life. What are you going to do about it? Reach out to us. Thank you very much for all the people that ask questions. I want to thank you. I'm humbled, at the same time proud of all your questions. I cannot answer everybody. But please email us. That's the best way I can answer you and help you. Thank you very much, as always. You know who I am? I'm the best friend you ever had. And you know why? Because I tell you the truth. Just the way it is, without the fluff. Thank you very much. Speak soon. Bye-bye.